Alright, fellas. This here is an auction I went to. Anyway, this lady had a shit ton of stuff. Or her husband did. And he just got through passing. So she went ahead and sold it. And I went ahead and bought some of it. Now if I'd have had 5,000 bucks, I'd have bought a hell of a lot more of this shit. But I only had 100 bucks in my pocket, which was stupid because the very first thing they list, 10 plus snap-on wrench sets. And this guy had snap-on, Armstrong, Proto, just fucking shit out the wazoo, all name brand stuff. I mean, it was amazing the shit that he had in his shop. It was like what I want in my shop. And I'll probably have it right before I die. But anyway, went to this snap-on 3/8 14-piece socket set. A bunch of this shit over here. A lot of Williams. He had a shit ton of Milwaukee drills. That's a electric impact wrench. I don't remember what a lot of this shit went for, but it was cheap. I think that actually went for like 90 bucks. That axle puller set, I actually have a video where I compared that one to my Cornwell one. I think it's on the bad hard drive, but that set's 200 bucks. It went for $55. I mean, there was a lot of this Craftsman stuff went for 14 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks for complete socket sets that were, you know, standard, metric, deep and shallow, or standard deep, standard shallow. That set would have gone for like 10 bucks, 14 bucks, but a lot of shit. And this guy had went for way too cheap. But that's the way it is today. A lot of these guys don't get their money back on tools when you buy them brand new unless you use them all the time. But a lot of people today don't know how to use these tools. That's why they go so cheap. So if you're just getting into collecting tools, just getting into working on 2 cycles, 4 cycles, diesel, whatever, go hit you up with some of these tool auctions and garage sales, fucking Craigslist, Let Go. There's all kinds of places where you can go nowadays to check for fucking tools and get them really fucking cheap. But anyway, let's dive into these boxes here. I'll show you what I got. I'll go grab my receipts and bring it in at the end, show you what all this shit cost. But I think this box right here cost me 6 bucks. Actually, that wasn't in there. This was just mainly pliers. You know, some of these old monkey wrench and hammer things. I don't know which one this is. I'll have to clean that shit up and see what kind it is actually. Use parrot nose fucking pliers here. These are a Champion Day Arment, Meadville, Pennsylvania, USA. I like these. These are just like those battery pliers I just bought, but these are adjustable. So nut busting fucking heaven right here with these bastards. Because you lock onto that shit, you lock onto that nut, all you have to do is put all your fucking weight on this top one, and that sumbitch is gonna go. That's probably why this doesn't have the thing anymore, because it done been chewed up by him putting a pipe or something on there and just fucking busting shit up. These teeth are a little wore, but they're also packed full of crud, if you can see that. Just packed full of dirt and bullshit. So clean them up, they'll get back to working real good. Here's another one of those little hammer wrenches. This one actually says something there, but... And you know, this shit, you're not going to use it for automotive, but I like having them handy, because I like having that hammer. And, I mean, this is not an old pipe wrench. This is an old wrench you get when you buy a tractor, or hell, even an old ass fucking car from the 20s and teens and whatever. They used to come with toolkits in them, so you could fix the junk shit on the side of the road. because they were always breaking down. Got this one here. It's actually a, it says 9 auto, but I'm going to weld a bar onto the back of this and hold it out for blacksmithing so I can twist shit, bar stock or flat stock, and make a twist on it. So that's what those are for. Actually bought the whole box just for that. I mean, I saw some other shit in here that I'm gonna fucking end up doing something with too. But some of these pliers, these are diamond. No, these are Crescent, but they have a different tip out here on the end. Pretty nifty looking. Here's another pair. These are the diamond ones. Diamond's actually a little bit better than the Crescent. They have a little bit better of a finish, but they're both USA. Diamond just makes, you know, they're a higher quality than Crescent. Ain't nothing wrong with Crescent though. So, there's another Crescent. It actually looks good. Looks never used. This guy had piles of tools everywhere. These are actually out of Buffalo. I think it says Barcalo maybe. Some of these, those are Japan. You know, those are CeeTe tools. Actually, it says CeeTe Tool Company, Crescent, USA. This is some kind of, it says Motor SPEC maybe. Duluth, USA. These big ass fuckers are Japanese, no name. Here's another pair of those Japan things. A lot of this guy's stuff had ATSF on it, which from around this area, you know that is the Atchison, Topeka, Santa Fe Railroad. If you have a snap-on pair of pliers that say ATSF and you take them to your snap-on man and expect him to fucking warranty them out for you, you got another thing coming. If you don't work for Atchison, Topeka, Santa Fe and you're not in the fucking tool shop where they exchange the tools from, they know you bought them somewhere, and unless you're buddy chummy with your tool guy, you ain't getting a new pair of pliers if you say, if they say Atchison, Topeka, Santa Fe, or Kansas City Power and Light, or fucking whatever, you know. Little Chinese junkers. Overhead valve, spring compressor. I have one of these in my big toolbox, but why not have two? Brand new in the package, never been opened. It's actually KD, so it's a good, decent brand. I think my other one's actually Lyle. I got these here, KD tools, valve lappers for hand lapping valves, grinding. All you gotta do is throw the little paste on the valve in the seat, smash it down in there, twist this shit with these suction cups. I actually had these on my wish list on like Amazon or something because they're not too bad. $7 a piece, I think. I think I give like $7 for the whole box, or maybe $8. I can't remember, but it is pretty cheap. So yeah, these were all in the same box. All these big sockets here, which I didn't know. I think this one, that one's actually fucking 3/4 drive. They're all Apex tools. Apex 1 1/4 inch. This right here is actually a snap-on 3/4 inch swivel. These are all 1/2 inch Apex. So I guess if I turn these in, you know, I might get a gear wrench or something like that. KD tools back, which that's fine. I don't really plan on using these because there's a 1 1/4 1/2 inch drive. I'll use that one before I use that one for sure. Yeah, all these are Apex 1/2 inch drive. There's another. That looks like it's it looks like 1/2 inch drive. It might be 3/4. No, it's 1/2 inch. Actually, that might be 5/8. That, my friends, if you can see that, that is a 5/8 drive wobble. It's actually a Mac tools. It says Snap-on up there. Huh. It's a snap-on / Mac. 5/8. Yep, 5/8 on that side too. The 5/8 swivel. Won't use that at all. Here's a 1/2" swivel. It's actually apex as well. That's a nice swivel. Non-binding swivel. But, I mean, that's the best shit in the world right there. Way better than those. I did get a snap-on ratchet. Used the date code down here to figure out it's 1997. It's actually one of those black oxide finish. Does have a little rust down here on the handle. That ain't hurt nothing. You actually can warranty a snap-on ratchet for that. But I mean, that's kind of petty. This is, yeah, that's 28 tooth ratchet. Damn near worthless. This I bought separate also. This was, I think, 50 bucks. But it's a left-hand drill extractor. And the reason I bought it is because it is snap-on. So these left-handed bits here, if you break them off, they are guaranteed they will replace them. Same with the extractors. You grind one of them fucking things down, twist it in, break it off, those are replaceable. Snap-on does warranty their consumable products like this. One of the only companies that do it. All the rest of this shit in here, it's like a lathe cutter, a couple of these little small fucking rulers, which I think he just cut the end off of them. And here's a little, this is actually a Starrett slide caliper. I mean, it's good, it's nice, it'll work fine. This is actually a Starrett gauge as well. I've been wanting an RPM gauge. This here looks like it's a tool holder for a lathe. Here's a reamer. Here's some cutting pieces here. Here's some more of those thicker ones. Still got some more measurement stuff here. This says high speed, so I'm guessing this is some kind of cutter. I don't know what the fuck that is. So I think it's plastic. Little, pocket screwdriver. And then these right here, spark plug feeler gauges, I believe, because those are spark plug manipulators. They're for the electrodes. But you don't have to worry about that a lot nowadays. But there's your feeler gauges for your different sizes. So, yeah, it's cool. And then I need help with this. Let me know what this is. This is in half of a Starrett case, I believe. This guy had a shit ton of fucking Starrett. If I knew anything about, I would have bought all kinds of shit there, because he had all kinds of shit for sale, and it seemed to me like it was going really fucking cheap, just like the tools were going really fucking cheap. But anyway, I think this is half of a Starrett gauge, or something that goes along. I don't know if these are extra bits for dial indicators, or some kind of different pin gauge or something, but I don't know. I've got a point on one end and a cavity here in the back where something slips in and catches. You guys actually know what the name of that is, leave it in the comment below. Here's a fucking, fish scale for really small fishes. It only goes up to 8 ounces. Or 250 grams. If you're not a very good fisherman, this is the fishing weigher for you. Talked about that. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Throughout the whole video, it's been sitting here. Oh, I spent the most money on this. And yes, it tilts to the left. And I'm not sure if you can read that, but I'm sure you can read that. So yes, this is a snap-on 3/4 L72R 3/4 inch drive ratchet. I paid $70 for this. I paid $70 bent. I mean, the motherfucker's bent. Look at, some bitch is bent. I went ahead and paid $70 for it. That head's still good. And I can bend that back out. Or I can just fucking give it to Snap-on and see if they'll warranty that some bitch out. Because this handle, it's got no knurling on it. So, I'm pretty sure you're allowed to put a piece of pipe on this. I mean, come on, it's fucking 3/4. Who doesn't put pipes on shit with 3/4? Look at how short that bar is. I mean, that's not a very fucking big ratchet when you're talking about 3/4 shit. It says ratchet $8. Or no, ratchet $70. Ratchet $40. Extractors $50. Wobble sockets $15. Tools $6. AC tools, which I didn't buy any AC tools. I'm thinking those are those valve tools. And then pliers, $8. So yeah, that's what all of them were. This guy, I don't really go to a lot of his auctions. I don't have a favorite auctioneer. If you're in my area, you go to kansasauctions.net. I'll put a link in the description. They're just fucking Kansas and Missouri. Maybe even some Iowa, Nebraska. Shit like that. They'll have auctions for. I go there, look through the auctions. They have pictures of shit most of the time, the closer you get to the auction date. Where you can go through and actually look at pictures of the shit. And yeah, it's real fucking convenient to look through all that shit and decide which auction you want to go to. Whether or not you want to waste a whole fucking day there, or whether or not you want to waste a half a fucking day there. I can tell you right now, most of the time, they start on tools. In the very beginning, the earliest they start on the tools. If it's a tool sale, like this one was, at the end of the sale is when they're going to get to the good shit, like the Snap-on, Mac, Proto, Blue Point, Williams, Baco, all that other kind of shit is all going to be at the end of the auction. They're going to sell all the junk tools first. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe, love, hate, hardknocksforge@gmail.com. Don't send me any panties, because they never fit.